Alright, and we're live. I'm going to give it a few minutes like always. Get everybody in. Give them a chance to join us. As always, I've been posting the link to this to the Remind group for everybody to check in on. Hope everybody had a good lunch. Looks like everybody got through this quiz pretty much. I see a few people have 22 out of 14 people took the quiz, so that's good to see a handful of people doing extras. This quiz is going to be over lesson 4. Lesson 4 is feeders and outside branch circuits and feeders. So this is going to be covering two different sections. There's feeders and then outside branch circuits and feeders. This is going to be Article 215 and I want to say 225. Yes, Articles 215 and 225. 210 covers branch circuits. They're going to touch on that just a little bit. Then also, there's going to be some good information in the electrical systems book, which is this book right here. This is a very good book. We overlook it a lot. We give it to everybody in first year, and it's got all sorts of like extra questions. It's got practice stuff, like so if you're practicing for a test, that would be a really good one to like a national state test. That would be a really good book to look in. Has plenty of questions in it. I only just found the questions while I was preparing for these lessons this week. I'm gonna start using them more in class. But yeah, so the electrical systems text it's the textbook that goes with your code book. It's a little bit more informative than just the code book. And we're going to be in mostly chapter 2. It basically breaks down each section. It's really good. Can't speak highly enough of it. Alright. Everybody should be in that wants to be in. All circuit conductors between the service equipment, the source of a separately derived system. So this one is a definition. You're going to be in Article 100 looking up the definition right here. This feeder. Same thing. Oh, no, it's not. So this one, you're obviously going to be in Article 215. All of the answer choices are 215. This is one of those easy questions where you just look up all 4 code references that they're asking about, and there you are. Yeah, so 215.2 is titled minimum rating and size of feeders. So that's a pretty easy one. No, Jared. Lesson 3 was the last quiz. The last quiz was lessons 2 and 3 at the same time, because if you look back in here, lessons 2 and 3 cover the same subject, branch circuits and branch circuits. Alright. Minimum rating and size of feeders covered in the following 215.2. Trees are permitted to be used for support of overhead conductor spans of outside branch circuits and feeders. This will not be in Article 215. This will be in 225. So you'll need to flip over to 225 because it's outside branch circuits and feeders is where we're looking for this one. 225, and then there is support. Let's see, vegetation as support. So if you're looking this up from scratch, you can either go to 225 because that's outside branch circuits and feeders, or you can flip all the way back to your index and look up outside branch circuits in the index. Outside branch circuits and feeders. And then vegetation is trees and vegetation. That's whenever they're talking about trees, they're talking about vegetation. So, yeah. And that is 225.26 is the answer here. Vegetation as support. All right. Next up, Festoon lighting shall be supported by messenger wire when spans are greater than 40 foot. So Festoon lighting, let's look that up. Get a picture of it. You might recognize it if you've been to Luke's. The lighting, like just look at all these pictures. All of this is Festoon lighting. It's just Christmas lights, really. But it's a little bit more heavy duty than Christmas lights. It's decorative lighting. It's not really meant to, like, it's not a work light. It's decorative lights. It's an outside branch circuit, so that's why it's in outside branch circuits and feeders. And if it's further than 40 foot, it needs to be supported. Ground fault protection of equipment, as specified by Section 230.95, shall be provided for each feeder disconnect rated blank amps or more solidly grounded Y systems with a voltage in excess of 150 volts, but not exceeding line to line. So this is going to be back in feeders. Sometimes they'll give you one of these Section 230.95, and that's just to make you go off on a goose chase. We are going to be in Article 215. And then feeders and ground fault circuit interrupter protection. Or ground fault protection of equipment. And that is right there. 215.10 is that one. 215.10. That will be 1,000 amps or more needs ground fault protection. GFCI protection must be provided for. So this is outlets. It's important to note that not all outlets are receptacles, and you do not need to install a receptacle at the dishwasher. It's the easiest way to meet all the requirements because a dishwasher does need to have a disconnect, so you can disconnect it from power to work on it. And it does need to be GFI protected. If you install a GFI plug, you can just unplug the dishwasher, and that meets your disconnect requirements. So it's best, but the code does not specify you need a receptacle outlet at the dishwasher. You just need an outlet. Liquid type flexible non-metallic conduit is permitted as a raceway for outside branch circuit conductors installed on the outside surface of a building where installed at 1000 volts nominal or below. So this is going to be back in 225, the outside branch circuit section. And then 225.10 is wiring on buildings. It's kind of like wiring methods. And there's a list, and liquid type flexible metal conduit is on that list, so it is permitted. So that is true. Minimum rating and size of feeders. We've already answered this question, really. I think it might be the same as question 2. Let's go back. It is. It's exactly the same question as question 2. So, all right. I'm just going to give a couple minutes for questions. If anybody has any questions. Again, if you have a question, a more immediate question, feel free to hit me up on Discord. You can text me. You can use Remind to message me. There's any number of ways to contact me. In a couple minutes, I'm going to put up the next quiz and put this one in that code review room that I've told you guys about several times. The room name is Code Review, all one word. So if you are wanting to re-see all this information now that you've seen the video, and then also, since if you're watching this, you found my YouTube channel, you can go back and watch my videos from the past couple days if you want to see the video before you do the quiz. Tuesday's class doesn't get to do that because I don't have a video up yet. But if you want to see the video before you do the quiz, there are videos from the past 2 days that you can watch. They're all up on my YouTube channel. And you can pause and go back and rewatch parts of it. And ask questions in Discord or in a text message. Yeah. Alright, I am not seeing any questions pop up. So I am going to take down this quiz. Put up lesson 5. And then go to code review. Take down that quiz. And put up lesson 4 in code review. All right. All right. You guys, I'll see you guys in a couple hours. I think the next stream is 3:45. So I'll see you guys then.